Our monkey mind is the emotional part of our mindset that we have. It's this conversation we have with ourselves that can keep going taka, 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 all day long. Our monkey mind is so loud sometimes it can stop us being engaged in what we're doing right here, right now. And every part of our monkey mind will be driven by something that's happened in the past, of which we attach to and we hold on to, and we struggle to let go, and that's what manifests in us today, or it'll be driven by something, a worry that's happening in the future. And something that happened in the future we can't control, we can plan for it. But what happens when we get lost in the worry and the stress that we have, it takes away the enjoyment of today because we're focused on something that we can't control. And our worry doesn't change the outcome of what happens in a couple of weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, a year's time. It doesn't change the outcome. It just forgets us, it just makes us lose the fact that we could have a fun day today, and once we have to deal with it, we can deal with it, all right? But yes, we can plan. You can't control the future, but you can plan today to make a difference, absolutely. When it's lost, our thought process is lost to something that's happened in the past, we can't go back to the past and change it. And we get lost in this internal thought process, and every part of the stress that we have is driven by the thoughts that we have. And that is what your monkey mind is. It's very, very loud. Very, very loud. So what we do at the relaxation is we give you a tip to misdirect your monkey mind so that you can have that little 5, 10, 15 minutes of being able to sit in a state of total awareness with no thought. And it is the thought that can drive us to the worry, the stress, and the upset. And that manifests in so many different things. So we've got a few facts for you as well. We'll talk about at the end, we'll talk about the facts that we have about how our monkey minds work and how our minds work as well. Now, for a lot of people, what happens, and we always talk about this at the previous lectures as well, is for anybody that goes to sleep at night time and their head hits the pillow and it's like the floodgates are opened up. Whatever's happened to you in the day, the week, the month, boom, just keeps going round and round and round and round. That is your monkey mind. It is emotionally driven by something that's happened in the past or something that's going to happen in the future. And neither one we've got any control over. But yes, we can start resolving. So what we've done at a few of the classes, and they're all going to be on the TV for you, and also you can check them out when you go on YouTube. When you go home, just check out Cuddy Cudwoth. They'll all be put on there in a couple of weeks for you when I go home as well. So there's some really interesting things in there for you to be able to work on and take away. And there's the Facebook group as well, of which you are all more than welcome to join in, called, did anybody guess what the Facebook group is going to be called? Monkey Mind Relaxation. You're in. Well done. So our monkey mind is very erratic. It's very loud. It can stop us listening to anybody, things that's going on around us. You know, it's about not being engaged in what we're doing today. We can start thinking about, for a lot of people, you might already be sat here thinking, oh, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, something else is going on. Oh, I've got to make sure I make that. And we just don't even listen to what's going on. And I'm always very open and honest. I went through a really, really tough time of my life about 7 years ago, which is when I started doing all this and looking into it and thinking, right, all the things that have bothered me in the past don't need to bother me as much moving forward. So I started reading some books, and some really good books in there that I always like to reference is Stop Thinking, Start Living by Richard Carlson. If anybody's read that book, it's a great book, not a very in-depth book, not a long book that's going to take weeks to read, but there's some really good parts in there that it ticks off some of the boxes that I had, which is why I had this conversation. And that conversation that we have can be quite self-debilitating. It can stop you doing things. It can say, in a question and answer forum, it might say to you, don't put your hand up, you're going to look stupid. This is what your monkey mind is saying to you. It's the emotional part of our mindset that everybody has. And you have to start understanding it so that we can start working with it. Because your monkey mind is so strong. It is your emotions. You can't control it or suppress it. But we can start understanding it. And that's what we teach at the monkey mind, is to learn to acknowledge it. Don't interact with it. As Frozen once said, let it go. Reset and bring it back to the breath. The breath is the elixir of life. It will calm you down in every kind of upset, worry, panic attack that anybody has. Anybody struggle with panic attacks? If anybody does, if anybody has those panic attacks, we get so focused on the problem and the fear that's right in front of us that we literally stop breathing for a millisecond. And your flight response, your survival response kicks in and says, if you don't breathe now, you're going to die. So you hyperventilate. That's how important the breath is we have. We're so focused on the problem, we're so focused on the fear, that millisecond kicks in and says, right, breathe, and that's when we start hyperventilating. So that's why the breath, and we do the breath. Everybody has the breath. It's something we do without even realizing it. That's the beauty of the breath. It's the elixir of life. So once we do, in the monkey mind, is we focus on the breath. So instead of focusing on everything else that's going on, all the upset and the worry, we're going to start focusing on one thing. The one thing we focus on at the monkey mind relaxation is the breath. Again, the breath is the elixir of life. It will calm you down in every situation you get yourself into. It's always nice when you feel that urgency build up of like the stress and the answer. Take a step back and take a breath. It will calm you down every time. So we're going to focus on the breath. That's the relaxation. We're going to put some music on. The music's very calming, very relaxing. What you'll find is the quieter your monkey mind gets, the louder the music gets. Because we all hold on to so many things that's happened to us in the past and the worry that's going to happen in the future. And it just manifests in every part of the upset that we have. It manifests in our shoulders, how we sit, in our back, how we're hunched over. This is the worry and the stress of things that have happened in the past. And once we start letting them go, our bodies start opening up. It's such a beneficial tool for everyone, is to be able to let things go. At the previous class, we were talking about some of the questions we can ask ourselves about letting it go, which is going to be showing on channel number 14 for you. So check it out again. Check it out on YouTube as well. Some really good tips, and we'll give you some new tips today for you as well about positive affirmations, of how we can change that self-talk that we have, of which instead of saying no, 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 we can say yes, 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 yes. Because that's what our monkey mind will do. Don't do it, you'll look stupid. Don't do it, there's a panic. Don't do this. That's our monkey mind. We'll change that. We can change the self-talk. It's something that I had to do many, many years ago. To I can't do this, to, oh, let's give it a try. What's the worst thing that can happen? And we can change our mindset, very simple, with just some small tips that you take away from every one of these classes that we do. So, for the relaxation part, 2 times, the good times or recommended times to do some kind of relaxation is first thing in the morning. When you wake up, clear your mind for the rest of the day. So you've already had a sleep, sit on yourself on the end of the bed, take yourself away, and do a little bit of relaxation. Clearing your mind for the rest of the day will set you up for so much more energy and focus for the rest of the day. Or, another suggested time for any kind of relaxation is the last thing you do before you go to bed. Clear your mind before you go to sleep. For anybody out there that wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, they've got that something going on their mind and it eternalizes. And it's honestly, whenever I say if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, there'll be 5 people in the audience go, that's why we're at the class. This is why we're at the class. Because everybody does. These are the traits that we have. We have so many things on our mind. There's so many things we can't control. And it just keeps going round and round and round. If you are the kind of person that does wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, try the relaxation technique. It will put you back to sleep because your monkey mind is so loud. Once you start doing this, your monkey mind might even hold on and go, no, not doing this. No, we need to talk about something 4 years ago. Now is the important time we can talk about this. That is how loud and stupid your monkey mind is. All right? You might even sit there when we start doing the relaxation and start looking around going, is it just me that can't do this? Is it just me that can't do this? Nope. Can't. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. That's how loud your monkey mind is. It's not going to want to do this. It's going to argue with you. If it's your first time today, your monkey mind is going to go, nope, not doing this. So you're going to have to sit and be patient, which is not always easy for a lot of people that would need action now. Okay? Because your monkey mind is going, nope, not doing it. So the relaxation part is you're going to start working with the monkey mind. It's going to bounce around, it's going to fight you, and it will get quieter and quieter the more you focus on the breath. Now, because your monkey mind is so strong, you're going to have to give it something to do. You're going to have to, all right? Just sitting there focusing on the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out won't work. For anyone that's tried relaxation or meditation before in the past, that thought process, which is driven by this, the emotion, is going to be too loud. And say, nah, this is not working. So you have to give it something to do. So once you sit, we're going to sit with our feet nicely planted on the floor. We're going to get our backs nice and straight. Get out of that sleeping position in the chairs. The reason we do it in the theatre is the chairs are so comfy. They're easily fall asleepable. So you're going to sit with your backs nice and straight. You are going to start focusing on your breath. Now, to just focus on your breath, we need to give you a few misdirections. Mindfulness teaches us that you can't focus on a sensation and a thought at the same time. And again, it's the thought processes that we have that are loud, tiring, and they exhaust us out. It's this constant whirling of the hamster cage going round, okay? So, we're going to start focusing on the sensation of the breath. Take one deep breath in through your nose if you can. And out. If you've got any congestion problems, you can breathe in through your mouth. But if you can, breathe in through your nose. Focus on the sensation as it enters the nostrils as you breathe in. And out. You will already feel calmer off that one breath. That's the beauty of the breath. It calms us, it purifies us. It's beautiful. So when you breathe in, you focus on the sensation as it enters the nostrils. As you breathe out through your mouth as if you're, purse your lips like you're blowing out a candle. So in and out. So you can feel the breath as it leaves the lips. That's one part of the misdirection for the monkey mind. The second part of the misdirection is we need to give the monkey mind something to do. If not, it's just going to keep talking and talking and talking. We need to talk about something that happened 2 years ago. That's the conversation that's going to keep ruminating and going round and round and round. So we have to give it something to do. We're going to give it some juggling balls. And we're going to count. We're going to give yourself a count of 1, 2, 3 as you breathe in, and 1, 2, 3 as you breathe out. This is basically, if you can visualize it, this is the juggling balls. You're going to give your monkey mind something to do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Your monkey mind will love that. Oh, I've got something to do. 1, 2, 3. But your monkey mind is very sneaky. It's very strong. It's very powerful. It will be bored really quickly. And it'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, I need to talk about something that happened 4 years ago. And this is the tip to the relaxation. First of all, you have to acknowledge that conversation. Do not interact with the conversation. Do not carry on that conversation going on. You've acknowledged it. Okay, I'm not counting anymore. Do not carry on with the conversation. As Frozen once said, let it go. Reset and bring it back to the breath. And when you first start doing relaxation, you might have to reset 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. For some people who've got a really loud monkey, it's going to sound like two gorillas fighting in a cage. That's how loud that conversation is sometimes. All right? And remember, that count is internal. It's an internal count. So once you're sitting there, don't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because that will really annoy everybody else's monkey mind around you. Okay? So it's an internal count just to give your misdirection for your monkey mind. However, it will start talking again. Acknowledge it. Do not interact with it. Let it go, reset, and bring it back to the breath. And what will happen over the time, especially over this cruise or the time that you do this, your resets will get less and less and less the longer you do this. The more time you set out the same time every day, set yourself up for a routine of doing this. Say, right, I'm going to take myself away, I'm going to do 5 minutes. That 5 minutes turns into 7 minutes. That 7 minutes turns into 10 minutes. That 10 minutes then turns into being able to do it for 15, 20 minutes a day. And if there's anybody in the room right now who says, I haven't got that amount of time in the day for me to do some relaxation, you are the person that needs monkey mind relaxation in your life. Because it's about finding time for you. Because the thing you'll find about monkey mind relaxation is this benefits you. This is something that will solely work for you. And the second it benefits you, it benefits the people around you. Once it benefits those people around you, it benefits everybody around them. Because you're calmer, the 4 people around you are calmer. The 5 people around those 4 people are calmer. So it's something that works and beneficial for you personally, and it affects everybody around you. And from when I was really erratic, really loud, and really all over the place with the monkey mind, once I found out about the monkey mind, I was like, this makes total sense. So I started letting things go. The things that I thought had to bother me doesn't have to bother you. And those are the little tips that we'll give you after we've done the relaxation at the end, and we'll talk about that thought processes that we all have. Some great tips today for you at the end. Okay? So, we're going to have you sit, feet nicely planted on the floor, backs out of that sleeping position. I'm going to put some music on. The music I'll put on will play. I will talk for the first 2 minutes. After those first 2 minutes, you'll be on your own with the music and your monkey mind. Acknowledging it, do not interact with it, let it go, reset, and bring it back to the breath. Every time you reset and you get back to the breath, you will get calmer and calmer every time. Okay? I'm going to put some music on. It's okay to cough, it's okay to scratch. If you find yourself in a little bit of a coughing fit, just take yourself out, get yourself a drink of water, come back. Let's focus on your breath. Let's take one deep breath in and out. Keep focusing on your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. The misdirection for the monkey mind is the count. So as you breathe in, count 1, 2, 3. And as you breathe out, 2, 3. Let your monkey mind bounce around. It will get in tune with you. Don't fight it. The count is the misdirection for the monkey mind. The quieter the monkey mind gets, the louder the music gets. Once that conversation starts again, of which it will, acknowledge it. Do not interact with it. Let it go. Reset. And bring it back to the breath. Shake your tush. Arms up. Good morning. Should say good afternoon. You think you'd be gone for hours. Yes, so good morning. Welcome back. That was 15 minutes. That was 15 minutes. For some people, that will have been the nicest 15 minutes of your life. How you doing? For others, that will have been the longest, most excruciating 15 minutes of your life, where you've just argued with yourself and said, shut up, I'm trying to do the breathing. 1, 2, shut up, I'm not right now. So, the first question I ask, who realizes now they've got a loud monkey mind? That's the first part. We have to acknowledge it. It's going on all the time. And it doesn't have to carry on going that way, because we can acknowledge it. Do not interact with it. Let those thought processes come in and let them go out, reset, and bring it back. Bring it back to the breath. And this is the thing about monkey mind. It is so beneficial for you. Make it part of your life. Make it part of your day. Take 5 minutes to take yourself away from everything that's going on, everything that's loud. Take yourself away. It's kind of like for anybody at work that has a problem, they're sat on the computer, or they have something to deal with, and you're just sat on the front of the computer for 2 hours looking at the problem someone's told you to solve. I don't know what I'm doing here. I've got no idea. And you say, all right, I'll go and have a coffee, or I'll go and have a cigarette. The second you take yourself away from the problem, what happens? Boom. You get the solution. That's what monkey mind is. You're taking yourself away for a few minutes. You're having that nice, it's just about living in the here and the now, the present. We get so lost in the past or the future, we forget to enjoy what's happening today. We genuinely do. And that taking yourself away for a few minutes will just give you so much more energy, so much more, your thought processes get clearer. Let's talk about those thought processes and facts for you. All right, this is a normal base state, everybody. 80% of everyone's thoughts are of a negative influence. It is easier to quit than it is to carry on. It's easy to, I'm not doing it anymore. Tried it for a few days, doesn't work. It's easier to quit than carry on. So 80% of everyone's thoughts are of a negative influence. 4 out of 5 thoughts are negative. That's in a base normal state. And with understanding our monkey mind, we're looking at being 50% more positive. We're going to try and get your thoughts to 2 negative to 2 positive. We're just balancing you out. Because we're still going to have those thought processes come in and say, that person's an idiot. Absolutely. We're still allowed to have those. It's about balancing them out, okay? So out of every 4 thoughts, 2 will be positive. So, positive affirmations. Positive affirmations. This is the change, the self-talk that we have with ourselves. If your monkey mind is saying, no, you can't. No, don't do it. This is going to go wrong. This is where the overthinking comes from. Every part of our overthinking mind comes from something that's happened in the past, so therefore it must happen again. Not always the case. Nope. Not always the case. That's where we overthink things. Well, the last time I made this decision, this is what happened, so it's going to happen again. No, because we're not going to make the same decision twice. That comes back to the first class that we did, is where we started asking the question, instead of what can go wrong, what can go right? It's a great way of changing the mindset that we have to the challenges that's coming up in the future. Instead of looking why something happened, what do we do to make sure we learn from it happening again? And setting the appropriate expectations for the day. Having the appropriate expectations for the day, which goes back to the first class for the ones that missed it. If we set the appropriate expectations of, today might not be the best day, but I'm good with that, it's going to be much better than saying today's going to be the best day in the world, but by 9 o'clock in the morning something's annoyed you and that's it, your day's gone for a burn, all right? It's about setting the appropriate expectations. Yes, we're still going to get those challenges, but we can deal with them as they come. So positive affirmations. Your monkey mind is so strong and will be going around all day long. Nope, don't do it. Nope, don't do it. Nope, don't do it. So I found out about positive affirmations, how we can change the conversation we have with ourselves. So I thought, oh, okay, this is a really good positive affirmation I can have for myself. And I still use it to this day. Whenever I get into a stressful situation or I go for auditions or meetings or things like that, I change that self-talk. Instead of, you're going to look like an idiot. No, don't do it. I changed it to, I can, I will, I do. I just utter that all the time when I'm walking around. I can, I will, I do. I can, I will, I do. I can, I will, I do. And I was like, this is powerful stuff. I think I'm onto something here that's going to make me an absolute fortune. If I can get everybody walking around saying, I can, I will, I do, how awesome is that? I was like, oh, I'm going to have to start looking into this. Now, other story is, I always wear Under Armour stuff. Most of my tracksuit bottoms, my T-shirts, not today, but normally they're Under Armour. My trainers are Under Armour. I find it a really good brand. I've been buying Under Armour for 5 years. I've been buying the Under Armour stuff. Whenever I go to America, I find a store, I buy Under Armour. I didn't realize after 3 years, about 2 years of doing I can, I will, I do for myself, that on every shopping bag you buy from Under Armour, on the flip reverse, it says I can, I will, I do. I never even noticed. So there was that subliminal message coming in from the Under Armour shopping bags, I can, I will, I do. So as I'm writing these things down and putting all this stuff down, I looked at the shopping bag and I'm like, what's that say? I can, I will, I do. So there's all these things around for us is how we can retrain the monkey mind. Because if you let it keep going, if you let it keep arguing, you're never going to win. So you have to combat yourself. You have to get yourself stronger. And that's where it comes from, the positive affirmations. You pick whatever positive affirmation works for you. But it's that saying that just keeps going round and round and round. And you will. I can, I will, I do. It's simple. I can, I will, I do. I had to go to Miami for a conference where you go to a conference with all the other cruise directors. There was 40 of us, which is pretty daunting. All right, it's pretty daunting. You're going with other people that know what you're doing. We all want to be the best we can be and things like that. And I was like, oh, well, what if I'm not good enough? And what if this is not going to work? And what if this? So I had to change. I have to flip the script. First of all, I acknowledged it. My monkey mind saying, nope, you're going to fail. Nope, don't do this. So I acknowledged it. Well, that's not going to help. It's not going to help me. It is not going to help in the situation whatsoever. So I acknowledged the monkey mind. Second thing was, I'm not going to interact with it. I'm not going to keep going to, oh, yeah, you're right. You can't do this. No, you're absolutely right. These are the conversations that are going on while we're walking around, enjoying our cruise, enjoying what life that's going on. This is the monkey mind. So, decided, I'm going to let that one go. It's not going to help. And I reset, and I brought it back to, I can, I will, I do. So for the whole flight over from Sydney to Miami, which was about 17 hours, I can, I will, I do. I can, I will. It calms you down. Calms you down. No, you can. You will. And you do. As we have done everything. So I find that really helpful, really beneficial. You can take that away, that is yours. Or find your own positive affirmation, which will work for you. I can, I will, I do. So this is changing that monkey mind, which is very negative, okay? Your alpha brainwaves for the first 20 minutes of the day, when you first wake up in the morning, the last 20 minutes before you go to bed at night time, your alpha brainwaves are more susceptible to negative images. You're not fully engaged in what you're doing. When you first wake up in the morning, you are not fully awake and conscious. You are still in the dream state, the sleep state, for the first 20 minutes. So whatever comes in, you are more receptive to. So if you wake up in the morning and you put the news on, first thing you do, you go straight to the news. Let's be honest, any news channel you watch is not positive. Whatever your affiliation or political affiliation is, it's not positive. The only positive part is the puppy story of the last 2 minutes of the news. So, stay away from putting on the TV for the first 20 minutes of the day. Or, some people straight on a social media. Let's find out what's happening on Facebook. Let's find out what my friends are doing on Facebook. And right now, you're on a cruise, so I'm sure you're posting pictures to your friends. This is what we're doing. Your friends at home that don't know their monkey mind are going, I hate that person drinking a cocktail in the middle of the South Pacific. All right? True story. This is true. Because in about 3 weeks' time, when you go home and your friend's on a cruise and you're back at home at work, you'll be like, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. So stay away from social media. Or you flip the script and go onto a really positive website. YouTube, there's some really good sites for positive motivation that you are more receptible to that for the rest of the day. So for that 20 minutes, which is why it's good to clear your mind for the rest of the day, you will get more energy. Because every part of that mindset that we have is just so negative and it just pulls you down. You will have more energy. The clearer your mind is, the clearer your focus is, the more energy you will have. Okay? True story. Okay? All right, here we go. And you can find us on the Monkey Mind Relaxation Facebook site. Everybody joins in from the cruise. There's some more stuff, more in-depth things in there. And I always say, please take away the reading list. The reading list is always down here for you, every class. There's some fantastic books in there for fear, referencing other meditations, relaxation techniques. There is one for anxiety, stress. We're going to talk about judgment coming up. Always being right. Anybody likes to always be right? Okay, that's really nice that half the people put their hands up. The other partners are the ones that are saying, no, it's me that I like to be right. It's always the one way round. All right? So we'll talk about judgment and always being right at the next class. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Anzac. So we've got a few celebrations going on, a few services for Anzac tomorrow. So there's no Monkey Mind tomorrow. But I will see you at the next class, which is on day 10 in the morning. I've got 5 minutes. If everybody wants to come down and have a little chat, you are more than welcome to. Please take a reading list down here. Thank you so much for joining us at the Monkey Mind Relaxation. The group is building. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you very much. Have a great day.